Honorable members, I have a communication to relay. This is in regard to the resumption from long recess. Honorable members, good afternoon once again. Allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you to this afternoon sitting that marks the first sitting as the Assembly resumes from the long recess. It is my belief that you had a fulfilling break and time with your families and constituents. There is no doubt that the recess provided an opportunity to all of us to reflect on your constitutional calling, as well as individual and collective impact we make during the third session. It also provides the much needed opportunity to take stock of the shortcomings and challenges that have impacted negatively on our endeavors to deliver on our mandate. Honorable Deputy Speaker, please. Honorable members, the communication from the chair is normally very, very important for your engagement as leaders. We have information here to relay, so you should actually be very keen. There are several decisions which will be made, and then later on you will be questioning at what point in time such decisions were made and effected. Honorable members, on the Assembly business, as we commence this session, we may refresh ourselves on our broader core duties as a legislature, which include of legislation, representation, oversight, budget making, and policy approvals. There is no doubt that in the last 3 sessions, this Assembly has made some strides in fulfilling these duties. However, comparatively with the previous assemblies, I would like to report that we have fallen short, keeping the graph going up, as we have only considered and passed 4 bills apart from finance-related bills. Only 4. For your information, during this audit, bills and acts take prominence in evaluation of performance of legislature and has implications on justification for the allocation of funds. Nevertheless, honorable members, all is not gloom, as we have steadily picking up. Going by the report of the Office of the Clerk at the recent workshop of the Select Committee on Liaison, I can report that a good number of bills and legislative proposals are at various stages of processing. That in these coming 2 months, the Assembly will be called upon to consider them. I want to thank all members who have actively engaged in originating pieces of legislation, and I want to give assurance that my office and that of the clerk are committed to ensuring that your ideas materialize into bills. In addition, the Office of the Clerk is always open and ready to provide any support and advice needed to originate legislative bills. On processing of committee business, honorable members, committee system is the engine that drives business in a legislature. The plenary being an exhibition and platform for decision making largely processes what committees have originated. A preliminary report from the Liaison Committee shows that Assembly committees, especially sectoral committees, need to step up effort in exercising oversight and origination of pieces of legislation. Should committees operate optimally, there should be high traffic of reports and bills to be considered by the plenary. The foregoing report also indicates that there is a big number of pending business rolling over from the last session, including reports on bills, policies, petitions, and statements. Notably, critical business that are still pending include policies such as development control, land use, childhood protection and safeguarding, and such as water and sewerage services bill, health services bill, regularization bill, public market bill, solid waste management bill, among others that are being processed. I call upon the chairpersons of the committees to ensure that all pending business are processed, presented to the Assembly for consideration. Similarly, the clerk is hereby requested to expedite drafting services in order to have bills published for consideration. Honourable members, it has come to my attention that committees are facing challenges in processing of some of the said business, especially statements which pile up from previous session. I am alive to come to some of the challenges that include demanding responses on questions outside the specific statements, delayed responses from the respective sectors, the members requesting not appearing at the meetings wherever CC members are invited, and pursuit of the personal interest through legislative business. I am alive to these challenges, and through the Select Committee on Procedure and Rules, we will be proposing a to the threshold and procedure set out in standing orders and any other law when drafting, processing, and approving. On financial challenges facing the Assembly, which is quite critical. Honourable members, as you are aware, you exercise a serious constitutional responsibility that requires that you be provided with necessary resource and administrative support. To achieve this, the Constitution has put in place internal and external mechanisms, including creation of bodies with varied mandates. In the case of the Assembly, the Service Board is required to ensure that you exercise your mandate effectively, efficiently, and in the interest of your constituents. However, due to the established physical structure of processing and access to funds, the Assembly has been facing serious hurdles. These impediments ranges from the county executive failure to honor the Assembly's cash flow projections, the delays in forwarding of Assembly work plans to the Controller of Budget, and contractors. As we speak, the pending bills due, these items are mounting and has made it difficult to procure our tickets and arrangements we have with the cooperative bank, we could be going for months without salaries. However, honourable members, as leadership, we are not sitting pretty. Through my office, we are seeking audience with all relevant stakeholders to surmount these challenges. In the long term, we are looking on the Senate of Kenya to expedite a key piece of legislation that will give county assemblies financial autonomy. This autonomy will give the assembly ability to run and manage its own budget. In this regard, you are requested to understand the circumstances we are currently operating and to be patient as we pursue measures to address the challenges and subsequently get a way forward. Honourable members, on broadcasting of plenary proceedings. Honourable members, Article 196 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 requires that the County Assembly conducts its business in an open manner and all its sittings and those of committee in public. However, the Assembly has been facing challenges of lack of crucial equipment to optimally put in place mechanisms for enhanced publicity of its proceedings. Consequently, the Service Board has continuously been putting in place measures that have recently crystallized to have plenary proceedings go live on various platforms. In this regard, I am glad to report that all these platforms have materialized, and from today going into the future, the proceedings of the plenary are live on various Assembly social media platforms. I have no doubt that this remarkable step that will give you the much needed publicity as you articulate issues that concern your constituents. This will also serve to elevate the Assembly and debunk the prevalent motion that the proceedings of the Assembly are delinked from the real issues that affect the people of Nairobi accordingly. I encourage all members to actively participate in debates on various business that pass through this Assembly as we look forward to making it robust enough to cover committee proceedings. As I conclude and commit this session before the Assembly, I invite you to make personal commitment to deliver on individual and collective mandate, for this is the basis on which we shall all be appraised by those who put us here. Honourable members, from now, it is the privilege of your constituents to get to see in reality your commitment as you contribute to the debates before the plenary. I pray that God gives you wisdom, knowledge, fortitude, and determination during this session as we consolidate our efforts towards achieving the Assembly's strategic goals. I have no doubt that in the remaining short period of 2 years of our 5-year term, we will not fail the people of Nairobi. You so stand guided. Honourable members.